Welcome to The Explainer. All right, today we're cracking open the first chapter on a fascinating book on AI, and we're going to tackle two of the biggest, most confusing buzzwords out there.
I mean, you hear these terms thrown around everywhere, right? In the news, in ads, in sci-fi movies, often like they mean the exact same thing. But are they? Is there a real difference that maybe we're all kind of missing? Let's clear this up. And hey, if you're a little fuzzy on the details, you are definitely not alone. The book we're drawing from points out that because this stuff has gotten so popular, the words themselves have gotten, well, kind of watered down. So yeah, it's confusing. But don't worry, we are going to fix that right now.
All right, so let's jump right in. We're going to start with the big one, the umbrella term, artificial intelligence. And to really get what AI is all about, we got to push past all the crazy headlines and look at what the original goal actually was.
And who better to ask than the legend himself, Alan Turing? He came up with this just brilliant, simple way to think about it. And what's so wild, what's so insightful, is that his test for AI, it has nothing to do with being a super genius or, solving the mysteries of the universe. Nope. It's all about one thing: behavior.
So that's the key, right there. AI, at its core, is this big, broad goal of building a machine that can basically act like a person. It can talk like us, reason like us, behave like us. It's all about the what. What can the machine do? Can it convincingly mimic a human?
So what does that look like today? Well, think about systems that can understand what you're saying, like your smart assistant, or robots that can do really complex jobs, or even something that can dig through a mountain of data and then explain what it found, just like a colleague would. The classic example, of course, is HAL 9000 from 2001: A Space Odyssey. That's the dream of AI, right? A machine that can process tons of info, but talk to you like a person.
Okay, so if AI is the big destination, the X on the treasure map, then the next logical question is, how in the world do we get there? Well, that's where machine learning comes in. You can think of it as the powerhouse engine that's actually going to drive us to that destination. And this idea has been around for a while. It was coined way back in 1959 by Arthur Samuel. So at its very heart, machine learning, or ML for short, it's not the goal. It's a method. It's a process. It's this incredible way of getting a computer to learn stuff by itself, without a human programmer having to sit there and type out a rule for every single possible situation. It's a game changer.
And this is how it works. This is the magic learning loop. First, you feed the program a ton of data. Let's say thousands and thousands of pictures of cats. Then it takes a guess. Is this a cat? It checks its answer, sees how wrong it was, that's the error part, and then, and this is the cool part, it uses that mistake to tweak its own code. It adjusts its own thinking, and it just does this again and again and again, millions of times, getting a tiny bit smarter with each loop. Until, pretty soon, it's an expert at spotting cats, and nobody ever had to explicitly program the rule pointy ears plus whiskers equals cat. It just learned it.
All right, so we've got AI, that's the goal, and we've got ML, that's the method. Now let's put it all together and really nail down how these two fit into the big picture.
Okay, if you remember one thing from this whole explainer, let it be this: machine learning is a path to artificial intelligence. It's a part of AI. It's not a separate thing. It's not a competitor to AI. It's one of the most powerful tools inside the AI toolbox that we use to build these incredible systems.
So let's break this down even further. Think of it like this. AI is the big, ambitious idea, right? That's the what we want to build. Machine learning, that's the how. It's the nitty-gritty process we use to get there. AI is the shiny, amazing capability we see on the outside, and ML is the hardworking engine under the hood, constantly learning from data and experience to make the whole thing work.
And this is a really crucial point. Not all AI has to use machine learning. You can have older forms of AI. They were called expert systems. Think of an old-school chess computer. It was smart, but only because programmers fed it a giant rulebook of, if my opponent does this, I do that. It was a form of AI for sure, but it couldn't learn anything new. It was stuck. But today, almost every single modern AI that makes you go, wow, that's smart, yeah, you can bet it's being powered by machine learning. It's funny. Pop culture has been getting us ready for this for decades. The book we're working from makes this great point about movies, from 2001 to The Matrix. They took these super abstract, complex ideas about intelligent machines and made them real for us. They showed us the power and the potential, and kind of gave us a shared language to even talk about what AI could be. So from now on, when you see those words, AI, machine learning, you'll know. You'll know one is the destination, and the other is the incredible engine getting us there. And now that we have that clarity, the really fun part begins. The most exciting question isn't just what is AI anymore. It's what amazing things are we going to teach a machine to learn next?